This couldn't happen.
My journey with body honesty My journey with body advocacy started out from when I was getting into the space on YouTube of sharing shit about myself that I haven't really shared with anyone, and talking openly about the things that I disliked about myself. I'm all for body positivity, but I feel like for a lot of people, like, being positive is actually sometimes unattainable. It was realizing that I can't be super positive because that just feels very unattainable for me, that there's no way that I can love my body right now. I don't want to hate myself. I'm fucking bored of hating myself. That shit is so boring. But what can I do? At least accept myself. I have indeed labelled myself a discharge enthusiast. I really feel like the conversation of discharge is so fucking important. It's so important for people of all ages. We need to be teaching these things from a very young age, even before puberty. This needs to be in the same conversation as periods, or even before that, to be honest. I've had messages from people saying they're in their 30s and they found my video and that they never knew that was normal. That's why I love social media, because you can just have these open conversations and share information. No, I'm not a doctor, but I'm a fucking human with a vagina who discharges every single day, and I really wish that it was normal to know. I really wish that I knew these things, and I really wish that it was normalised from a young age. So in the past year, I have discovered a lot about my sexuality, and fucking hell, has it been a whirlwind? Yes, it has. A little background: I was with men for a long time, from when I became sexually active in my teens. I had curiosities about being with women, and I fancied them and stuff, but I never had the courage to actually go for it. And then when I was 19, I actually said fuck it, and I started seeing girls, and it was the most wonderful experience. I loved it. It was amazing, and I, with all my heart and soul, believed that I was a lesbian. And I was that way for about 5-6 years, and then I started to have thoughts creeping in, these thoughts of people that were not women. Shut them off for a long time, and then I actually just had to listen to them. Honestly, my best advice to you is just go for it, because life is too short. Give it a go, figure it out. You've got to experience things and go through the motions to know whether or not you feel a certain way about a certain type of person. So yeah, more of the story is life's too short, grab it by the tits and go for it. So I've been content creating now for 5 years, and I've definitely gone through the motions of receiving a lot of backlash at a certain time. So I will mostly receive a lot of hate or negative comments when I post a certain type of video or something where that is more controversial and it brings in different types of people. Thankfully, I haven't received so much shit recently, but when I do, I honestly try to ignore it. What I bear in mind all the time is that these people do not know me. The overall theme in my content and the message that I have put into it is that I really just don't want people to feel alone in anything they're going through. I don't want people to feel like they're the only one with flappy flaps. I don't want them to feel like they're the only one that discharges every day. I don't want them to feel like they're the only ones that experience this or this, or go through these things. I have spent so much time growing up as a teenager thinking that I was alone in stuff that I was going through. So I really just want everyone who watches my content to feel like they're less alone in this world, and that there are people that also experience the things that they go through, and I hope that they find comfort in that. If I could give my younger self one piece of advice, it would be, it's not that deep, you're normal, don't spend too much time worrying about it. Your vagina and your vulva is normal. Your discharge is normal. afraid to dive into those fancy curiosities that you have for women sooner. I've cast my vulva twice, and I'll tell you what, each time was an amazing experience. It was interesting. I was nervous as fuck, but I really wanted to do this. My motivation behind it was that I wanted to have something physical in my space that I was confronted with every single day. So if you do have insecurities with your vulva, I really do highly recommend getting it cast, having that bitch sit in your room, have it like a fucking trophy on your mantelpiece. I got mine sprayed gold because I wanted it to be that golden trophy of my flaps, because I find that when it comes to accepting our body and the parts of ourselves that we don't like, we tend to actually just don't look at them. It was a shock to the system at first, I can't lie to you, but I thought, fuck it, let's do this. I'm honestly so grateful that things like this exist for us, so we can face and accept ourselves in different ways compared to what we're used to. But honestly, it works wonders for your mental health, I'll tell you that. Thank you so much for having me, Ilk and Ernie. I love you with all my heart and all my farts. Everyone who's watched this, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful life.